Hi, welcome back. We've run back on the K100. I've got a problem with my front brake where the master cylinder is leaking. It appears to be leaking just at this seam point here. So I'm not sure if it's the mating unit between the reservoir and the actual main housing, or it's a problem with the rebuild when I use the master cylinder rebuild kit, and perhaps the bore, because I didn't check it correctly all the way to see the bore was clear. So what I've done is I picked up a second one. It was cheap enough to find one on second on eBay, and what I'm going to do is fit this and see if I have the same issue still. Hopefully this one's in better condition. I haven't checked, I'm just going at it blind, parts cannon, because if nothing else, at least the top screws on this one are decent, much better on that side. So what I've got to do is rip all this off, drain the fluid. To get this off, I believe I'm going to have to loosen the whole assembly here so I can slide it down to slide off the master cylinder, because it slides off that way, and then I put the whole pain of rebleeding. So I'll take you along with my journey and we'll go from there. Cheers. Right, I've loosened this pad off so I can get better access to this screw here. If I remember, this one was a bugger last time round with lots of painful, slow process, so hopefully I can get a little bit faster this time round. And then around the back is this one here. That is butt up against here, so I want to kind of slide this whole assembly down, which I think is just that one screw there. Okay, it's not the front one, but I can see where the fluid has been leaking, so let me clean that up. Okay, and that allows me to slide that down, which should hopefully right. So this has freed up the ability to look and see where the leak is, and the leak looks to be in the cylinder, I think. So let me clean this up. We'll see if we can diagnose any further where this leak is. Just taking out the rubber seal here, which I've just dropped. Oh. Now the rubber seal looks pretty good, because obviously I put all this on when I did the brake cylinder, so I may use this rubber seal in place of the one that's on there. So what you can see is, as I push the plunger, there is liquid in the shaft there, so I think the seal in this piston is the fault, or the piston itself is the fault, so I'm glad I bought a new one. But it's not the main housing separation there. So what I'm going to do is just hopefully swap this one out with the one that I've got. Now I'm hopefully going to cheat and just kind of crack this off, pop the everything across onto this one, and then go from there, because I'm basically lazy. And then hopefully I won't lose too much fluid as well. It makes bleeding easier. Right, let's clean up all the fluid that I've made a mess of, because I've made a right mess. Right, now everything is back together. Next goal is to put some fluid in here. I was an idiot. It's full of crust and shit. I didn't clean it out first. I've just wasted my entire time, because this is filthy. I don't even know why I'm bothered. I didn't even think to take it off and clean it first, because It's supposedly off a working bike and I didn't check. Let me show you what it looks like. So I've now got to clean that. Alright, I'll drop you back in after I've cleaned it. Midway update, I'm getting some pressure in the lever. The fluid is filthy colours still because something came through, but I am pulling air out left, right and centre. So, but I am getting feeling in the lever, and air is finally starting to almost be expelled. I think I've managed to rescue this master, which is fantastic. Okay, so after that scare where I didn't actually open the reservoir before putting it on the bike and then found out it was absolutely grotty and grimy and crystalline filthy, spent a bit of time, as you saw, clearing that out, flushing some fluid, and it's come alive. I have a front brake lever again, and it bled quite easily, which was a surprise because the time before it was just never coming firm. This has come firm very, very quickly. So what I'm going to do now is loop for a little while, check back on it and see if it got any worse or any better. I've looked around for leaks, everything looks dry. As I say, I'll wet round, test it a few times, might go up and down the road. So all I can think of is this cylinder here has a slight scoring in it, which when the piston goes through is causing the fluid to leak out. I've stared at this in great depth and I can't visibly see anything. There's a minor little nick, but it all looks quite clean. So all I can think of is either the seal I put in there was duff, very possible. This scoring is great, not great, again very possible, but it's definitely not leaking from the reservoir. Now this reservoir is pristinely clean because I cleaned the living crap out of it, whereas that one's a bit grotty still. I might swap them over at a later date, but for now we'll leave that as is and test and see how it works out. But in theory, I now have a bike that runs, rides and stops again, which means I might be ready for my MOT. So I'll give it a few days and we'll see how it happens and we'll come back later. For now, that's it. That was a pig, but a good pig, and as in I've made some successful progress. So for now, I'm quite happy. All right, if anyone's got any hints, tips, or what's something stupid I've done, let me know, because I'm not professional and it's good to find out more. And I'm doing all this in my drive. All right, thanks very much.